Belly's wedding is falling apart before it even begins, and the brand new trailer for The Summer I Turned Pretty Season 3, Episode 8 proves that the worst is yet to come. Secrets are exposed, loyalties are shattered, and this so-called love triangle is about to explode in a way that none of us are ready for. If you thought Episode 7 was dramatic, Episode 8 is about to take everything to a whole new level of heartbreak, betrayal, and chaos. The first look at Episode 8 makes one thing crystal clear. Belly is running out of time, and she knows it. Every decision she has made up until now is finally catching up with her, and instead of fixing things, she just keeps digging the hole deeper. Remember how in Episode 7 she dismissed Conrad's heartfelt confession as nothing but petty jealousy? Well, in Episode 8, that choice is going to haunt her like crazy, because no matter how much she denies her feelings, the truth is written all over her face. She can't hide it from Jeremiah, and she definitely can't hide it from herself. And honestly, this is the part that drives me insane about Belly. Like, girl, do you even know what you want? Because right now, it feels like she only wants attention. It's almost like she's addicted to being loved, no matter which brother it comes from. But here's the dangerous part. Love triangles are fun on paper, but in real life, they destroy families, and that's exactly what we're about to see. Jeremiah isn't just her fiancé, he's Conrad's brother. Once that bond is broken, there's no way back, and Belly is the one holding the knife. And the trailer gives us just enough of a glimpse to confirm that things are about to explode. We see Conrad standing there looking completely destroyed, Jeremiah boiling with rage, and Belly caught in the middle, still acting like she has no idea why everything is falling apart. But come on, we all know why. And what really gets me is that instead of owning up to her feelings, Belly keeps pretending like she can force herself into this picture-perfect wedding with Jeremiah when deep down, she knows her heart belongs somewhere else. That denial, that refusal to be honest, is exactly what's going to push both brothers over the edge. Episode 8 is not about love anymore. It's about betrayal, broken trust, and the point of no return. The Fisher family is about to collapse, and Belly is standing right at the center of the wreckage. If Episode 7 was all about Belly's confusion, then Episode 8 is going to be about the fallout of her choices. And let me tell you, the trailer makes it obvious that this is not going to be some sweet romantic wedding episode. No, this is going to be the ultimate disaster. The moment Conrad told Belly that he still loved her, everything changed. Even though she pushed him away and acted like she didn't want to hear it, those words got stuck in her head, and now she can't stop thinking about them. And Jeremiah, who has always been so insecure about being the second choice, is about to notice. He's not dumb. He can see it in her eyes, in the way she hesitates, in the way she avoids answering direct questions about Conrad. Honestly, I almost feel bad for Jeremiah here, because he's setting himself up for the kind of heartbreak that could scar him forever. He's going to realize that marrying Belly doesn't erase the shadow of Conrad. It doesn't make him the first choice. It just makes him the guy Belly settled for, and that truth will hit him harder than any punch ever could. But let's be real here. Jeremiah is not innocent either. The cheating scandal may have been brushed aside by Belly in Episode 7, but trust me, it's not going away. That silence, that refusal to defend Belly when his so-called friends were mocking him, shows a lot about Jeremiah's character. He didn't protect her, he didn't stand up for her, and yet he still expects her to blindly trust him with her entire future. And then, when Conrad calls him out on it, you just know Jeremiah is going to explode. Because this is the part where his jealousy and insecurity finally reach their breaking point. He's been living in Conrad's shadow his entire life, and now that shadow is standing right in front of him, confessing love to the woman he wants to marry. That's not just painful, it's humiliating. It's like every single fear Jeremiah has ever had about being second best is coming true, and Belly is the one proving him right. Now, what kills me about Belly in all this is her refusal to stop and think. She keeps running forward with this wedding idea like it's some kind of game. But marriage isn't just about proving a point, it's about building a life. And Belly, she's still caught up in teenage emotions, still trying to figure out who she even is. The trailer makes it clear that she's not ready, and honestly, everyone around her can see it, except for her. Conrad sees it. Jeremiah will soon see it. Even Taylor, her best friend, sees it. But Belly is stubborn. She thinks if she forces this wedding to happen, all her doubts will magically disappear. Newsflash: they won't. They'll only get louder. And the scariest part is that by the time she realizes it, she'll have already broken two brothers who might never recover from what she's done. The tension between Conrad and Jeremiah in episode 8 is going to be unlike anything we've seen before. We're not talking about little brotherly arguments anymore. No, this is years of jealousy, resentment, and rivalry all boiling over in one explosive confrontation. The trailer hints at it perfectly. Jeremiah charging at Conrad, fists clenched, rage in his eyes. And Conrad, instead of fighting back, just standing there, broken, because deep down, he knows he's guilty too. He knows he crossed a line when he confessed to Belly, but at the same time, he couldn't help it. He's loved her for too long to keep quiet, and that love has finally destroyed everything. That's the tragedy of Conrad. He's the boy who always loved too deeply, but never at the right time. And now, it might cost him his brother forever. And let's not forget about the bigger picture here. Susanna is gone. This family is already fragile, already hanging by a thread. The boys only had each other left, and Belly was supposed to be their connection to something good, something worth holding on to. But instead, she's become the very thing that rips them apart. It's painful to watch because, in another world, maybe Belly could have brought them closer together. But in this world, in this messy, heartbreaking love triangle, she's the reason they might never speak again. And the trailer doesn't shy away from showing us that pain. We see the shouting, the tears, the heartbreak, and it's obvious that no matter what happens, nothing will ever go back to the way it was. That's why this episode feels so suspenseful. We're not just wondering who Belly will choose anymore. That question almost feels small compared to the real one. What's left to save once she makes her choice? Because let's be honest, no matter who she ends up with, there's going to be a trail of broken hearts and broken bonds behind her. And once you destroy something as sacred as the relationship between two brothers, how do you ever fix it? You don't. That's the gut punch of episode 8. It's not about happily ever after. It's about the cost of love, the destruction it leaves behind, and the mistakes that you can't undo. And Belly? She's standing right in the middle of it all, trying to pretend she's the victim, when in reality, she's the one pulling the strings. That's what makes this trailer so haunting. It's not just teasing drama, it's showing us the beginning of the end. The trailer for episode 8 leaves no doubt that Jeremiah is about to lose control, and honestly, I can't even blame him. Think about it. His entire life has been about competing with Conrad. Competing for their mother's attention, competing for friends, and now competing for Belly's heart. For once in his life, Jeremiah thought he had finally won. He was the one standing next to Belly, planning a wedding, building a future. But then, out of nowhere, Conrad drops the bombshell. I still love you. And just like that, Jeremiah's entire victory crumbles in front of his eyes. It's brutal. It's humiliating. And it's exactly the kind of thing that could push him into making the biggest mistake of his life. You can already see the cracks forming. The trailer shows Jeremiah looking more desperate than ever, and that desperation is dangerous. It's the kind of desperation that makes you cling on to someone even tighter when they're already slipping away. He knows Belly isn't fully with him, no matter how many times she says she is. He knows she still looks at Conrad in that way she tries so hard to hide. And instead of facing the truth, Jeremiah is going to fight against it with everything he has. That's why his anger toward Conrad is so explosive. It's not just about Belly. It's about a lifetime of pain, a lifetime of feeling like the lesser brother. Every punch, every shout, every tear, it's all of that history pouring out at once. And honestly, it's tragic because deep down Jeremiah doesn't just hate Conrad, he wants to be him. Now let's talk about Conrad, because the trailer shows us a side of him that we don't often get to see. Complete defeat. Conrad has always been the one who tries to keep it together, even when he's falling apart inside. But in episode 8, the mask finally comes off. You can see it in his eyes. He's tired, he's heartbroken, and he's finally realizing that loving Belly might cost him everything. That's the cruel irony of his character. He spent so long hiding his feelings for her, thinking he was protecting Jeremiah, thinking he was doing the right thing. But when he finally decides to be honest, it's too late. The damage is already done. And the worst part? Belly doesn't even fully acknowledge the depth of his love. She dismisses it, pushes it aside, acts like it's just some last-minute act of jealousy. But we, as the audience, know better. We know Conrad has loved her from the beginning, through every single high and low. And that's what makes his heartbreak so painful to watch. It's not just unrequited love, it's love that was always there but never allowed to bloom. And then we have Belly. Oh, Belly. Watching her in the trailer honestly makes me want to scream, because instead of facing reality, she's still clinging to this fantasy wedding, as if putting on a white dress and saying "I do" will magically erase all of her doubts. But the trailer makes it clear. Belly is breaking down. She cries, she shouts, she lashes out, and it's obvious that she's not in control anymore. The weight of her choices is finally crashing down on her, and instead of being honest about what she feels, she's doubling down on the lie. She keeps insisting that she wants Jeremiah, that she's ready for marriage, that Conrad doesn't matter anymore. But the tears tell a different story. The hesitation tells a different story. And we all know that the truth has a way of coming out, no matter how hard you try to bury it. What really gets me is that Belly doesn't seem to understand the damage she's causing. This isn't just about her feelings anymore. This is about two brothers who have already lost so much. Their mother is gone, their family is fragile, and the only thing they truly had left was each other. And now, because Belly can't make up her mind, that bond is being destroyed right in front of us. And here's the part that hurts the most. Once it's gone forever. Brothers don't just bounce back from something like this. You don't just forgive your brother for confessing love to your fiancé 2 days before the wedding. You don't just forgive your fiancé for secretly yearning after your brother. These are wounds that don't heal. And Belly is acting like it's all just part of some romantic drama when in reality it's a complete tragedy. The suspense in this trailer is built on that very idea, the point of no return. We're watching characters who have crossed lines they can't uncross, spoken words they can't take back, and now they're left to deal with the fallout. Jeremiah's rage, Conrad's heartbreak, Belly's denial. It all collides in episode 8, and the result is chaos. And honestly, I think that's what makes this show so addictive. It's not about who Belly ends up with anymore. It's about how much destruction will be left behind once she makes her choice. And judging from the trailer, the destruction is going to be massive. The way Jeremiah stares at Belly in those quick flashes, the way Conrad lowers his head in defeat, the way Belly cries as if the world is crumbling around her, it all points to one thing. This wedding is not happening the way she planned it. Maybe it doesn't happen at all. Maybe the entire idea of marriage at this stage of their lives was doomed from the start. But one thing's for sure. By the end of episode 8, nothing will ever be the same again. Not for Belly, not for Jeremiah, and definitely not for Conrad. And as much as I want to root for her, as much as I want to believe she's just a confused girl caught between two loves, the truth is, Belly is the one holding the match that's about to burn this entire family down. Episode 8 isn't just another chapter in Belly's messy love story. It's the breaking point, and the trailer makes that painfully clear. From the very first frame, you can feel the tension hanging in the air, like a storm that's been building for 3 whole seasons and is finally about to hit. And the eye of that storm is Belly. She's standing there, caught between Conrad and Jeremiah. And for the first time, she can't keep pretending that everything is fine. Her tears, her hesitation, her frantic energy, it all shows that she's losing control of the very thing she's been trying to hold together. The illusion that she can marry Jeremiah and bury her feelings for Conrad at the same time. And let's be honest, we all saw this coming. You can't build a marriage on secrets, lies, and denial. At some point, the truth always breaks through, and that's exactly what's happening in this episode. The trailer gives us a taste of just how bad things are going to get. Jeremiah, who has been the more easygoing brother for most of the series, looks absolutely unrecognizable here. His smile is gone, his calm is gone, and what's left is pure rage. He's furious at Conrad, furious at Belly, and maybe even furious at himself for not seeing it sooner. And that fury has nowhere to go except straight at Conrad. This isn't some playful brotherly argument about who gets the bigger bedroom or who drives the car. This is the kind of anger that's been building for years, anger fueled by jealousy, resentment, and betrayal. And when Jeremiah finally snaps, the explosion is violent. The trailer shows the physical confrontation we've all been waiting for. Jeremiah lunging at Conrad, fists flying, years of pain spilling out in one brutal moment. And here's the heartbreaking part. Conrad doesn't even fight back. He just stands there, takes it, because deep down, he knows Jeremiah isn't wrong. He knows he crossed a line when he confessed his love to Belly. He knows he should have stayed silent, should have let Jeremiah have his moment, even if it killed him inside. But Conrad couldn't do it. He couldn't keep living with the weight of unspoken love, not when Belly was about to marry his brother. So he told the truth, and now he's paying the price. And honestly, that's what makes Conrad such a tragic figure. He's not cruel, he's not manipulative, he's just hopelessly in love. And sometimes being honest about your feelings comes at the highest possible cost. Meanwhile, Belly is caught in the middle of all this destruction, and honestly, she still doesn't get it. The trailer shows her crying, shouting, telling Conrad he's not welcome anymore. And while part of me feels for her, because let's face it, this is a lot for any teenager to handle, another part of me just wants to shake her and say, "This is your doing." She's the one who kept stringing both brothers along, the one who refused to be honest about what she really felt, the one who thought she could have it all without anyone getting hurt. And now, with Jeremiah swinging punches and Conrad bleeding from the heart, she still acts like the victim. But let's be real, she's not the victim here. She's the match that lit the fire. And let's not forget the role of Taylor in all this. The trailer shows her confronting Conrad, telling him he has no right to confuse Belly, that he should just leave. And while I understand her wanting to protect her best friend, I can't help but feel like she's missing the bigger picture. Conrad isn't trying to confuse Belly. He's finally telling her the truth she's been desperate to hear since she was a kid. If anything, it's Belly who's confusing herself by pretending she doesn't care. But Taylor's words cut deep because they remind Conrad of exactly why he's always stayed silent. He's always been told that his feelings are too much, that his timing is wrong, that his love is a problem instead of a gift, and hearing it again, especially now, only pushes him further into despair. That's why the trailer shows him leaving, walking away from everything, because at this point, he believes that's the only way to protect everyone else.